Hello, this is the Vault 15 radio podcast, and I'm your host tonight, Dr. Mengelito. Our guest in this episode is none less than our beloved raid leader Sven, known by such titles as Chieftain of the Pagan Khans and Erotic Fantasy of the Wasteland.
Marching in perfect order, fighting every border, never pulling back. God, Raiders, attack!
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, would you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm the leader of the Khans at the moment. I control the operation right now, whilst Gargantua is the president. He owns the clan, and I'm a guy who likes working out and playing with my raiders.
Alright. So, at the end of the last episode, we left off where the Khans were reactivated to invade FOnline 2238. And Gargantua told us about how he was contacted by a shady character from a rival clan on Fallout Tactics called the Road Warriors, a guy named Arcanix, who actually pretty much sponsored the in-game caps and set up the base and some gear and shit, and then just disappeared. I guess neither you or me met Arcanix back in 2238.
No, I don't remember him from there. When I was playing now in Reloaded, I remember they talked about him from Neocron, but I don't remember him from 2238.
Neither do I. But anyway, that's how it started out, and it was, to my knowledge, it was like Bison and Gargantua and Arcanix, and I don't know if there were any other guys who started out there. But perhaps you could tell us about how you were recruited.
Yeah, I was running around as a blue suit, trying to hunt geckos and whatnot because I was a total scrub. I ran into Gargantua, and he told me that I should tell a joke or I'd be dead. So he was pointing a gun at me while I was googling the first joke I could find, and he laughed so I could tag along. And that's how I started my journey with the Khans.
So you googled the joke. I started out cheating.
Of course.
So yeah, I guess I have a pretty much similar story myself. I was scrubbing around with some friend I found after like 6 hours of toiling and shoveling shit, and we were going to, I think, enslave some cows or something. And up came a fucking hammer, and the Khans, of course, and Gargantua put down a shotgun on the floor and said that the one who killed the other got to join a clan of PKs and raiders, and held a little speech there, and the other guy was like, "Never, we'll never submit," and I picked up the shotgun and killed him. And then the Garg, I remember he said, yes, you know, he couldn't see, of course, our dialogue since he was dead, and Garg said to me, "Go up and smack talk him." And I went up to him, and he asked me why, and I told him, talk to the ravens.
I remember also there was this dev back then called the Gorlak.
Yeah.
He got me banned because of the jokes I was telling. So I got banned on my first day of playing. It was a perma ban.
That actually brings us to a subject. I was also actually banned by Gorlak because Dr. Mengele was not an okay name back in 2238.
Yeah,
so,
my jokes were all racist, so...
Perhaps we shared a cell next to each other in the 2238 prison.
Yeah, I don't remember going to prison, actually. I was just permabanned immediately. I couldn't log in.
But that Nazi incident was actually, I think, I mean, we used to joke about it a lot, but I don't think either you or me are actually like white supremacists or anything for real. But
No.
it's like we're trolls and griefers, and it offends people. And
Yeah. I mean, if you can offend someone or make someone angry, then we won.
yeah. And there was this I saw on the old forums, there was this trolling campaign of Gorlak for doing these bans of us for this kind of stuff, and we started responding with a famous Nazi greeting, and we were of course banned even more. And that's actually how the O/ salute was born, because it's a little head with his arm stretched out in a Roman salute, and
Yeah.
it's.
And I remember when you got banned for being called Mengelito. It was because, or we were talking about unbanning you because we thought Mengelito. That's such a generic German name.
Everyone's named Mengelito. Everyone's named that in Germany these days. You're racist, Gorlak.
Yeah.
There was this big post by Newton explaining why Gorlak was the real racist in the discussion. You're racist against Germans, Gorlak. There's some fun snippets of history there. Also, like there's this quote from a guy called Aaron Tiger, and this was 6 years ago, of course. And he writes, it's in response to to some role player who claims she wants to live in the 2238 universe. And he says, how can the Fallout world be better than the real world? Being raped in the ass by Khans, then shot to pieces by mutants. And
I don't remember that quote.
There's also like, let's see here. Yeah, there's this guy called Suhurdu from famous PK Clan Section 8, who is really upset about the attention we got. And he writes, why all this commotion about TKS? They haven't trolled as much as us, they haven't bombed as many anuses, they haven't killed in guarded cities as many as us, they haven't cleared all the guarded areas that can be cleared like we did. We did our best and still everybody knows them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got the publicity for some reason. We were out there and we were, talking a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think Section 8 did that as much. They were just griefing.
Oh, but they were doing some smack talk, but I was actually looking into this because I didn't understand it either when I read it. And actually, Krappler, do you remember Krappler?
I recall the name, but not more.
He used to run finesse builds and shoot people in the legs so they couldn't run.
All right.
And he wrote, in the response to this, he wrote that we Khans have tags, so we represent 24/7, which is why we get so much hate and forum posts, despite being one of the newest gangs here. It's amazing how much more I hear about Khans than C88 or TTTLA. In fact, I rarely hear anything about the last two, unless it's themselves talking. I believe, let's see here. I believe the term is weak sauce, which is why I'm a Khan and gladly accept all those bursts to my face in NCR.
Well, there's something to that, because showing directly in your name that you belong to the Khans, people will recognize that, and people will soon see that they are Khans, while other factions don't show it as much.
Yeah, actually, the TKS tag, I think it's like a remnant from the time before, when games didn't support clans.
Yeah.
And you had to put the tag in your name. I think it's
much more visible, so it's a really good thing to have, I think.
Yeah, and I think it also it binds people together in a group. Like if you become a martyr just for having that in your name, you carry the responsibility for all the shit that others have done as well.
Yeah. People gladly accept the shit talk about them just to be a con.
Yeah, there's this there's this guy called Rainiat who wrote, "I never lost a new chapter of the TKS drama. It's better than a TV novel, and I'm from Mexico."
Well, there's a lot of people that wants a piece of us, and we're butting back.
Yeah. Well, the drama is where it's all about, I guess, and it's kind of always been.
Yeah, it's an interesting story that is always developing.
Yeah. Both in faction and out faction.
Yeah, we try to keep the hate external, but sometimes people just can't agree.
It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
For real. And I don't think I would have it any other way either. Like a sterile environment wouldn't work.
Yeah, I mean, people need to speak to each other. That's how people work.
Yeah, and I mean they carve out their own legend also.
Yeah, and speak their mind and whatnot.
Yeah. So here's a fun thing. There's some guy who's been harassed by us, and he's putting out a bounty. And he writes, "I will give to anyone a car highwayman who can give me a picture proof of 5 TKS members dead, with you in the picture that you have killed, no taking credits for others' good deeds. Any form of taunt troll upon them will be nice. If you can kill the TKS leader twice, I will give you a car straight up, as well as taunts will be nice, as well as griefing him will be nice too. Please tell him this is for me and then place a bullet in her damn head. The wasteland must be made a better place. Sad smiley. Yeah, we all have our fun. Happy smiley. By getting rid of the TKS, or at least crush them. BTW. They're not what I call the best gang, you know. No real good leader. Plan my friend one's own sway, and I outsmarted 2 of them. Once, not the smartest gays. Happy hunting. Happy smiley.
Well, you know, just like right now and this previous year, back then we had people gathering together just to get us because people were mad. People didn't like us PKing them, and people noticed that we were there. They really didn't want us there, so some real butthurt people, they gathered together and tried to crush us.
Yeah. I think
But
it was...
we're kind of untouchable because we were only griefing.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to get to someone who's only griefing.
I think that's where the Khan FOnline playstyle with the patrols were born, pretty much. That rather than go to the fair PvP zones, we hunted for people trying to prepare for the PvP, and
Yeah.
outnumbered them by 4 or 5 guys. And I remember we had even at times a couple of, I think it was 3 Hummers, not full of course, but like at least 15 people driving around on different patrols, and with radios we called in 15 guys when there was resistance somewhere.
Yeah, I think there were a lot more people back then.
Yeah, definitely. I think
we weren't as big back then, though.
No, definitely not. And we even
I think we had some kind of agreement with Section 8. I think we had some kind of alliance back then.
Yeah. We had a ceasefire or cooperation with Section 8 for a while.
Yeah.
It's too bad the old forums are down, actually. Would have been great to be able to see what was there.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see that for a long time, because there was, you know, with all forums that we've had, there's always a bunch of content that we want to see.
I wonder, how long were we in 2248? It wasn't that long of a raid.
No, I think we joined during the summer, and a couple of weeks or a month or maybe more after, Garg and Bison and the other old cons, they vanished, and it was only you, me, Newton, and a couple of other guys left, and we kept on going for a couple of months more, but it wasn't much longer than that.
But that was more of a small hit squad, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
But it's one of the most fun times I've ever had, and that's why I've been searching for cons ever since, and that's why I found them when they enter Reload.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing, because the way you got in contact with Newton and got me back in here is quite a story, actually.
Yeah, ever since the cons vanished back in 2238, I've been watching FOnline forums every year, and I haven't seen a trace of the cons since then. But last year, I saw a post about the cons, and I remembered the name Gargantua, so I sent him a PM and asked to join again, and he was glad to see me. Then I remembered that you and Newton, I had to, get in touch with you, and I remember that I had your phone. I think I had Newton's phone number, but that was lost a long time ago, so I was searching around for FOnline, but I found one Swedish site that had an article about FOnline, or a forum post about FOnline, and I knew that this must be Newton or Meng, because they were talking about the pagan cons that were our chapter in the story.
Yeah.
And then I just had to create a forum account on the Swedish site just to get in touch with him, so you and Newton could get along on this new journey.
I remember when me and Newton, we actually shared an apartment for a while there, and it was just after.
I remember that. It was back then in 2238.
Yeah, and then I moved away, and he was up visiting me, and said like he was gonna bring his laptop and we were gonna play some game, but he wouldn't really tell me what it was. And I said sure. Got some beers and stuff, and I said, "Oh, you won't believe this! The cons are back together, and we're gonna go there right now and set everything up." And oh my god,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So we had what's it called, a LAN party for like a weekend, just patrolling and PKing and stuff. Anyways, that's a bit.
I was helping you to level up in Reloaded.
But that's for another episode, and so we have to get back on the subject.
Yeah.
So I have compiled. It's by no way complete, but these are the names I found from 2238. I was thinking if they ring a bell, we can talk some about them. So we mentioned Arcanix already. Basically set everything up, bought a base, sponsored all the in-game gear, and then fucking disappeared. And then of course Gargantua, who pretty much he did recruit us, but just kind of fucking disappeared.
Yeah, he didn't stay for the show.
No, he yeah, and we have Cricket, of course. Do you have any memory of Cricket in 2238?
No, actually not. I have no memory of him at all.
I actually had a memory of me and Cricket and Kashak patrolling together for a while there in the beginning. I'm not sure if it's before or after you joined up though, but it was...
Kashak rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
Kashak joined for Reloaded for a while, also returned.
Oh, okay.
But he's gone again.
Yeah.
But of course, Cricket is our great high wizard and web developer, and great brother and overlord.
Yeah, I'm very glad that he's still here.
Then we have Papa Swag. Now that's an interesting character.
I'm not sure I remember him that well.
Well, he was always playing on the American hours, a friend of Gargantua. and he was very popular in the clan. And after Bison disappeared, he was the second in command. I think he was a raid commander, because it was only Gargantua and Bison who were Gestapo or Red Order, and Papa Swag was. It wasn't called Raid Commander. It was called Khan Secret Police. Remember? Yeah,
like in the beginning of Reloaded.
Yeah. That's some good old titles actually.
Yeah.
But anyways, he I don't know how deep we should go into this story though, but there was disagreement, and half the members kind of went with him and formed the Rad Scorpions instead. Sav went with Swag to Red Scorpions. I think no, Sav started Red Scorpions, but Swag went there.
Sav started Red Scorpions because of a lot of drama within the clan about Rain and Sen Rain, I believe, and Searwitch.
Searwitch? Who was that?
Yeah. He was one of the guys that started some drama between Rain and him.
Okay.
Searwitch was the guy who started a clan called Sit Down Boys, and he went inactive, and he later came back to check on a guy called Rain.
Okay.
And this guy Rain had his base all collected up with all the things that he wanted, and Searwitch, he just base raped all of it and joined the cons.
Awesome.
Rain was furious. So he started, forum posting, and he was trying to get the cons dead,
Yeah.
And that was the first base rape that TKS Kaboom ever did.
Yeah.
And I think Nuda was there too.
Probably.
And Sunrain was there too. But later on, Rain kind of manipulated Sunrain in some way. And Sunrain betrayed us and got Rain to get into our base and base rape us. So Rain got away with our stuff while Sunrain betrayed us. And during this time, TKS Xav, he created the Red Scorpions because he was fed up with all the drama and the tension within the clan.
I do remember that this girl raider was also joining them anyways. September 11th, 2011, Artelrunia is the name, puts a bounty on the clans for base raping the faction The Outcasts. And it's Newton, Jetfreak and Kaboom. They actually signed this in the forum, that it was them. I wonder who Jetfreak was though.
I remember that name, but I'm not sure I remember him as a guy. I mean, I pretty much only remember you, Bison, Gargantua, Newton, and Kaboom. And Sunrain, of course, because he was a fucking traitor.
Yeah. He always sounded like a real young, skinny guy, didn't he?
Yeah, he's kind of sounded like the guy Freak we had here a couple of months back.
Yeah.
Like a young guy who was pretty easy to bully.
Yeah.
Kind of like Opinion right now.
There's this quote that I actually wrote 6 years ago when, he was, being a little rooster on the forums, like, yeah, I base rape the cans. And I right here, we used to blow Sunrain to pieces, leave him in the desert, kick him out of the car. I can vaguely understand why he likes hanging with anti-PKs in a flower-picking Cuddy faction now.
Yeah, I remember that we bullied him a lot.
Yeah.
Because he was just, I don't know, it was just so easy to bully him. He was just taking it.
And here's actually a quote from Bison after the base rape. And Bison wasn't active at all by this time, but he came on the forums still. And he wrote, can I just state that the majority of cons, including me, have tents with supplies and resources? From time to time we all get scumbags who betray and help others steal shit. This is what the game is all about, and it didn't change anything, as the cons will continue to do what they do best.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Bison as a guy who were pretty inactive, and I only saw him maybe, I didn't really see him that many times. He was there at the end some, I don't know, 5 times, and I knew that he was British, but that was kind of it.
Yeah. But anyways, after Xav and Swag and the traitors formed Red Scorpions, this was after the base rape, right? Straight after we kind of split up in Red Scorpions and Pagan Khans, because Gargantua had already left.
Yeah, since Gargantua left and Bison left, there was pretty much only you, me, and Newton and Kaboom left.
Yeah.
And since we were 3 Swedish guys, we thought it was cool to be, you know, Vikings and whatnot. We were the Pagan Khans.
Vikings are
So
cool.
we created our new chapter.
Yeah.
And we continued on to grief and fuck people up.
Yeah, I remember we especially, I think we declared war on the Red Scorpions for being dirty traitors as well.
Yeah, I remember calling Senren traitor.
Yeah.
Did Senren get to Red Scorpions?
No, he joined some anti-PK faction who...
Oh, right.
Yeah. With Rain, I think. But it was an anti-Khan faction. But
Yeah,
here's...
like most factions.
You know, we have all our mottos and stuff, and Red Scorpions tried to have a little war cry of their own that they wrote on the forums and signatures and stuff. It's so fucking cringy. Watch out
don't
for...
remember that.
Yeah, I have it here. Listen to this. Watch out for Red Scorpions. They poison. It's so fucking
yeah, that's
bad.
cringy.
Yeah. Fucking Sam.
So,
And there was Xav is writing on the forums here. This is after I think it was you and Kaboom who got into their base and tents and shit. You even got their tents. And here's what Sav... this actually killed the Red Scorpions, this base rape. And he writes... also, anyone that has joined with, just remember, he was in TKS and was trying to base rape them when he left to be with us. But we said that's a shitty thing to do and didn't do it. And now he's base raped us. This is about Kaboom. So whenever he decided his time is done with you, make sure you got your shit secure, or else you'll be starting over like us. And then later down the thread he wrote, I put every cap I ever earned into that base and stocked it full of ammo. I have no personal tent, so when you took everything, you took everything. There are shared tents that you had access to, which I guess are gonna be lost as well. So I'm starting from scratch basically. And he never did actually, because that was the end of the Red Scorpions.
yeah, I mean, other raiding factions haven't done as well as we have.
No, I mean, they used to say, you know, there's always sheep imitations. I don't know if that translates very well, but it's like a Swedish...
I don't remember the word.
Yeah. Det finns alltid billiga kopior. There are always cheap copies.
They're frauds. They're
Yeah. And they're never as good. It's like when you when you're going to buy ketchup and you don't buy Heinz. It's gonna be shit.
Heinz is the best.
It still says ketchup, you know, on the other competitors.
Yeah, Felix is complete garbage.
Yeah. Disgusting. I guess we have covered Senra, and then we have Sven, and you went under the name Boss King in capital letters.
Yeah. That's how I see myself, you know.
That's just how I roll. I am Sven, but you can call me Boss King in capital letters.
I've been nicking that in other games as well. You know, Sven is a name I got back in 2238 by Kaboom himself. A lot of people know Kaboom from 2238, and he was the guy who named me because he thought I sounded like a strong Nordic kind of guy. And Sven was a name that was it's what you call strong Scandinavian people. I don't know.
You know, I've had 2 girls friends who have had dads named Sven, and I can tell you that one was a fucking sailor, and he was scary as fuck and big as fuck, and the other was a industrious worker with a Motorhead Lemmy mustache, big as fuck, scary as fuck. Both of them. So yeah, it's a strong name.
Yeah, well, Kaboom thought also my voice is kind of low or so, and he thought I sounded like Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe.
Hey, I'm Sven. Look at my voice.
Yeah, and then we have me, of course, is next on the list. Not a big profile back then, just raided basically. Shit talked on the forum a lot. Had to call myself Rake because I couldn't use my nick because of fucking Gorlak. Piece of shit.
Yeah, because he's a racist.
because he's a racist, yeah. But not much, never was into base raping. Basically just patrolled and killed and smack talked. And then there was Lone, of course, who was
I don't really remember Lone from 2238 actually.
I have some memories of patrols with Lone, and he was a really strong player back then also. Like he's a real-time monster now, but back then he was also, I think, the one who got really into the competitive PvP and became good at it. Well,
actually, he was one of the guys who was already here when we arrived.
Yeah.
In Reloaded.
I wonder how.
So he was very surprised when he saw us again.
Yeah, I wonder if he's been playing since 2238. Perhaps.
We'll have to ask him.
Yeah. But we have Bacon, and I don't remember Bacon that much from 2238. I might have seen him on the forums, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't a regular in the game. It was like he stopped by once in a while with one of these stories that he writes. Pretty good fucking stuff, actually.
Yeah, they're great.
Should make a cast about them sometime.
A novel.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much stopping by and dropping off a story now and then. And then it's Kashak, of course. Loyal, strong player. Not much of a talker, but very.
Yeah, I don't remember him that much.
But a very loyal, solid core guy. Not that social. Then we have Shak. I have no idea who Shak is, but he was there.
I recall the name, but that's about it.
We have Worm, but that was Bison. And then Newton, and then some girl, and then Krappler, who we already talked about. And then we have Pistol Guy. Fucking Pistol Guy. Do you remember Pistol Guy?
He's an con, but I don't remember much about him, but he's always been with us.
Yeah.
Not right now, but he's
Pistol Guy. Yeah, he came for Reloaded for a bit. Also found us via the homepage, I think. But Pistol Guy back then was like 12. And I remember this, I recall, he was he was getting beaten up in school, poor pistol guy.
Oh,
And he was asking for advice on how to get girls and how to get back at the bullies.
that
And
sounds familiar
yeah, and
to people who are here right now.
yeah. And yeah, but it's always been like this. Like there's yin and yang. There's the
There's
guys who want
always
to.
some guy who's like that, and there's always some other guy who fills another role.
Yeah, but me and Hubert actually talked about that. That there's like a yin and yang situation going on in the con always with smart guys who wants, who idealizes the bad guys, and then there's the bad guys who love what the creative guys can provide. And as the years goes by, people kind of become a little of both, it seems.
Yeah,
Anyways, yeah, pistol guy
that's
here.
interesting.
Yeah. So, and that's of course also what I mean. This is like a spinning fucking wheel where there's of course drama. It's an interesting concept for sure. But anyways, pistol guy. He was sent money from Gargantua to buy a pair of knuckles and a nice shirt. That's how Garg sold that. You're gonna get a girl with a nice shirt, yeah? You can beat up the bullies with a pair of knuckles. They sent him like 25 euros for knuckles on the shirt.
You're gonna get a girlfriend if you have the right shirt.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Oh, and then we have, of course, Kaboom. And,
yeah, Kaboom. He was an older fella. He didn't work anymore. He lived off his pension, and I think he did some illegal, used some illegal stuff.
Yeah,
Drugs and whatnot.
He might have. Allegedly, he might have.
Well, he told me straight up.
He was always high. He was.
But he was always on, and he was nice, and
yeah,
and he was fun to play with. The only thing about him was that he had a pretty bad mic or whatever. It was always hard to tell what he was saying.
Yeah, and he always talked so fucking slow. Do you remember that? Because he was so.
I remember that.
He was stoned and he was on pills and he combined it all with booze.
Yeah.
All the fucking time and played FOnline.
Yeah, and he was playing that all day, all the time, and
yeah.
Even when the pagan cons vanished, I got my items back, as people call it, and I went on for a couple of days, and I played, and I met up with him, and I did that a couple of times, and he was always on.
Yeah, and
but after a while, I stopped coming back.
Well, I think I stopped before that. I don't know. I think I got a job or something horrible like that, and I didn't have internet.
I might
for a while.
have started working again too. It's around the summer, so I might have had a vacation or whatever.
But Kaboom, he was really close with both Gimper and Vile. And of course, you and me and Newton.
And, I've heard that Gimper and him.
Well, when I talked to Gimper, apparently Kaboom was Skyping a lot with Gimper's sister.
Yeah, I've heard that Gimper and Kaboom talked a lot back then. Yeah,
and we've been looking for Kaboom for a while, and because he's a true legend, and would be great to have him back and catch up. But from what we have heard, the rumors is that he was for a long time in a hospital with liver failures, which is not a big fucking surprise, to be honest. And of course we haven't been able to get in contact, so we fear the worst. But if you hear this, Kaboom, then get back to us at www.
Yeah, I've been searching for you, mate.
Kancentral.com.
One of the first things that we was doing, or what I was doing, was looking around the other servers if you were there, and I found you at FOnline 2, but you haven't been active since 2013, I think.
Yeah, hit us up if you hear this. We're worried.
Yeah, we want you back, bro.
Reloaded. I'm gonna have some whiskey now. Cheers for Kaboom.
Cheers for Kaboom.
And then we have, let's see here. Those are the members, anyways. That's on the list from that time. I think Gimper was run. I'm not sure which gang he ran with, but Vile was Section 8. That I know for sure.
Yeah, Vile was Section 8 back then.
And
I'd like to talk to Vile about some of the things in Section 8, because I remember a guy called, I think, Electric Wizard, and it's one of the coolest bands there is.
Yeah,
so
I love them.
I'd like to talk with Vile about that, if he remembers him.
Does Vile like Electric Wizard?
Not sure, but it's into, heavy metal.
Yeah.
So he might be.
Me and Newton have been to a couple of Electric Wizards concerts, and I think he got the tip from you way back when.
Yeah, might, because back then I had seen him.
Anyways, then we have the Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And let's start this segment off with a quote from Evan, who writes on August 10th, 2011 on the FOnline 2248 forum. People of the Waste, this is Sanguinetti from the Society of Grave Robbers. As some of you might know, in the last 12 hours the Khans infested Gecko Mine with a horde of ghouls. We usually value the great work they do, but they went too far this time. As we lack the manpower to do the purification ourselves, we call for the lone badasses and gang leaders to help us, and everyone in the North region. If you want to see the Waste as a better place, bring your men. If we can't mass a sizable army in 1 or 2 hours, I'll pinpoint an exact GMT time on this evening for the attack. And,
well, yeah. Back then, we went to Gecko Mines with a lot of mercs, and we got them to stand around there so people couldn't mine, and we went in and mined all for ourselves, and all the scrubs were pretty annoyed by that.
Yeah, we had I found an old screenshot. It's actually from Gargantua's prison comic, with screenshots from the prison you were sent to when you were banned.
Yeah.
Actually a pretty fucking good solution, instead of just, removing the characters, sending them to jail. That's fucking that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. And anyways, from the thread, I have mined that the TTTLA actually defeated Army of Darkness.
Yeah, they defeated the Ghoul Army because they were the big PvP faction back then. And,
yeah. It says they brought...
They've been several times since then.
They drove in there with 4 Hummers and 20 big gun mercenaries to bring it down.
Yeah. That's what we did back then. And that's why there is NPCs guarding the Gecko Mines till this day.
Yeah. The thing was, there weren't any ghouls outside Gecko Mine before.
Yeah,
but
that's
after,
why we did it.
Yeah. And they fixed the mercenaries after that, so you couldn't do this again. And then they actually put ghouls in 2238 patrolling outside. as a memory of this event. So it's, I mean, and those ghouls are still there in Reloaded, and I think FO2 as well, since it's based on the same code. So that's a bit of FOnline history right there.
Yeah, we made an impact.
Yeah, and to not to brag, but it was my idea.
Yeah, I know, man.
And there was to get the scale of things here for our dear listeners, we made I think it was 72 characters called TKS Pimp 1 to 72 slaver characters, and we didn't have to level them up because it was based on the charisma, and we went in gangs and just filled them up with five of these ghouls each, which we equipped with shotguns and shells. So that's 72 times 5 ghouls. The fuck is that? Let's see here. 360 ghouls.
That's a fuck ton of ghouls.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think it took us about 2 weeks, and we had it all parked in the back of the outpost base, and then we we deployed it. It took fucking hours to get everything there.
That's how it is with you. You always come up with these weird but great ideas. How to make the game fucking worse.
But fun little thing there. Then we have here. I have a chat log here. After the pagan cons leave the server, and it's between a guy from Xem and Senrain.
Alright.
Where he says, "I'm Xem, are you Senrain from TKS?" And he says, "Yeah, but I'm not with them anymore, bunch of assholes." Xem says, "Cool, there's a lot of QQ posts on the forums about them." Senrain, "Lol, yeah, proves how long they last when people get fed up." He says, "Why did you quit?" And Senrain says, "Found out a good friend on the opposites played, so I switched sides. I was looking for an excuse to leave anyways." Yeah, pretty cool. And then Senrain says at the end, "Are you Gargantua?" And Xem says, "Who?" But this was posted by a Khan, so I don't know. Perhaps
well,
it was.
He might have been eavesdropping.
Yeah. Here's some quotes about Kaboom. I think this is Newton. When he said it was. I know for a fact that Kaboom, or Refresh Meat as it was called, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was called Refresh Meat, and
Dr. Abortion. Yeah, Doc Abortion.
Yeah, maybe.
I think Kaboom was his suicide bomb character.
Wasn't it maybe his Rocketeer? I don't remember, but he has Kaboom and Refresh Meat.
And Doc Abortion.
And I think he had Fresh Meat. I remember he made a list of all his characters when he left the server.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave them away. Gave everything away. I saw that post, but I wasn't...
10 alts or whatever.
Yeah, but I wasn't there for when Kaboom left.
Yeah, neither was I.
So we pretty...
But I've seen it.
This is a fun quote as well. This Xem guy is whining about the cons, right? And someone tells him to join. And he says, "I'd rather not. Spoken with people and I've heard talk that TKS is racist, sexist, pretty much neo-Nazi. Most of that info I got from the Senrain guy, though." Fucking Senrain, piece of shit. Fuck you, Senrain.
Yeah, he was never Raider material.
But that's how it is. I know on Reloaded we sifted through 300 people, and I mean, how many did stay? It was like one in...
Most of them went inactive, some switched sides, some, I don't know, some people just don't get along.
Yeah, that's how it is. It's interesting, this yin and yang thing that Hubert was talking about. It's kind of, if you, I mean, if you're this whole hate external thing, right? If you're a fucking badass externally, and then you can be a fucking badass internally as well, but as long as you give people the room to be themselves, then unless you do that, you're not gonna stay for long.
Yeah, why not? I haven't really been able to think about that yet.
Fuck yeah, it's an interesting little metaphor there. Anyways, let's see, is there? Yeah, and I think that's pretty much what we got of about cons on 2238.
Yeah, the raid there was, at least for the amount of the time that I played and the time that you played, we didn't last as long as we've been doing here.
Oh, definitely
and,
not.
We have been doing great this session, and we're still doing pretty great.
Yeah.
And I think we will be here for a long time.
Definitely. All right, with that we end this week's podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Mengelito, and tonight's guests have been the beloved chieftain Sven of the Pagan Cons.
Thank you.
Your biceps are huge! Kiss me!
I don't know if I can handle any more butt fucking for tonight. I've already came so much.